is a way to have somebody in your court at 4 a.m. You've answered me really weird times. So I let them know that there's somebody there for you, and that it was the best idea I made. And I just hope and pray that I can keep this going. So.
All right, everybody. I have Jill Walter here from Grove City, Pennsylvania. I am so happy to have her on the call today to share her story with all of you ladies out there. She came to Right to Fitness looking for a little bit of an extra edge with her nutrition and her fitness. She wanted to take her health and fitness to the next level. She's an avid runner and Spartan racer, so she wanted to put on some muscle. She wanted to get her nutrition in check to kind of increase her health in many aspects of her life. And she was just kind of finding it difficult to do that, especially being a busy woman and a busy mom. So I wanted her to share her story because I feel like it's truly inspirational to all of you ladies out there thinking about, joining a program or even just getting your health kick started. I feel just listening to Jill's story, it'll give you that extra boost to start moving in the right direction. So without further ado, I want to introduce Jill Walter. How's it going, Jill?
Oh, it's going. Thanks.
It's going good. Just enjoying your evening, sitting there relaxing. Did you get your workout in yet, Jill?
Not yet. I'm a 9 p.m. or after, remember?
Yep, I remember. After the kids are asleep and mom can go downstairs and play a little bit, throw some iron around.
Yep.
That's awesome. Well, hey, I want to get into it. I want you to share your story. I'm excited to hear it. I'm excited for you to share it with the world. And it's exciting to have you here. So why don't, before we get into, the really good stuff about how you're feeling these days and how the successes you've had with the program, I want to hear a little bit about how you felt prior to jumping into a program with a coach and signing up with Right to Fitness. How did you feel before signing up with us?
Well, that's kind of embarrassing, actually. So before I signed up, I was having trouble. Like you said, I ran a lot. So I was having trouble. I was just static. Okay, yes, I could run 3 miles. Yes, I could cycle for a whole class, but I was out of breath, which is terrible. I have asthma, but I had to take inhalers all the time. My heartburn was out of control. I had to sleep propped up. My blood test, I'm a nurse, so it was very embarrassing for me. I felt terrible and I needed a kickstart. I needed someone to say, Jill, you need to get moving. You need to think about what's going on and do something for yourself. So that's where I came to you.
That's awesome. I'm so glad you did, because I think you started feeling, once we got your nutrition in check, I had the feeling that you were starting to see those benefits pretty immediately. I mean, you had some really fast success early on. And I think your story is specifically important because you didn't have a tremendous amount of weight to lose. You weren't overweight by any means. You just wanted to trim up, but you also wanted to gain some muscle and then just really get yourself to a point of great health. And I think that's an important message for many ladies out there, that it's not just about losing weight. It's about increasing your health in all aspects of your life, and I think you found the most benefit there. So what made you want to start training with me and join the Right to Fit fam?
Well, I had never really given online trainer a thought at all. I'm more of a, let's go to a group, have 10 sweaty women beside you, yell and scream, all that type of thing. But your 5-day boot camp came on my Facebook feed, and I thought, I can try this. I talk a lot and I like to be on social media, so why not? And once I got that accountability and saw there was somebody that was going to push me along, tell me if I'm being crazy or if I'm, doing the wrong things. And I liked that accountability. I liked having the social media right at my fingertips. And I thought it was going to be a good program to me because you understood I didn't have a lot of weight to lose. I just wanted to tone up and healthier. And, I wanted to be healthier for my family, and you pushed that a lot. And I really appreciated that.
Absolutely. And you crushed it. You came in, you crushed it. You had goals and you absolutely dominated them. So why don't we talk specifically about what your goals were going into the program? What kind of goals did you set for yourself and what did you want to achieve?
Well, and that's where, like you said, my story was a little bit different because I didn't come to you saying, I want to lose 20 pounds. I want to do this or that. My goals were more, I wanted my cholesterol to be lower. I wanted to be able to breathe without an inhaler. I wanted my heartburn not to happen every single night. I did have, I mean, obviously losing a few pounds was great. I think we set a goal of like 7 pounds. That's where I felt best at. And I wanted to tone up and I wanted to see myself getting better at my running because I was just doing the same thing every day and not getting any better. So my goals, yeah, were a little different, but they were important to me. And so that's why I was so happy I could achieve some of them.
Yeah, me too. You did great. It was fun watching you crush it, and it was also fun watching you get super intense about your workouts too. I think you really fell in love with the lifting and feeling strong and throwing some weight around and doing some of the high intensity interval stuff. I mean, I think you've really found a love for that. So that was fun watching you. So what results have you seen since starting your journey? And more specifically, more importantly, how do you feel now?
So it's crazy. Like, unfortunately, I'm one of these people that I go like all out to start out with, and then I plateau and don't do anything, which is kind of embarrassing. But so far, I'm impressed with myself. I'm proud of myself. So I lost about 10 pounds, which is awesome. I lost inches everywhere, but the places I didn't, I wanted to grow. So I have chicken arms. So I was impressed to have a little bit more there. Noticeably thighs, calves. I was impressed with the physical changes, my health changes. So I just took my blood pressure and I'm down like, I'll go nurse talk, but your two numbers, I'm down at least 15 points on each of them, which to me is great. My resting heart rate is back down. I don't have the resting heart rate of like an obese man, so I'm proud of that. And what else? I feel great. Like I don't get tired all the time. I was tired at 2 o'clock. I fell asleep almost at work, which is not a good idea. I feel much better. I'm not as grumpy. So it was a good experience for me.
That's awesome. That's so great to hear that all of those numbers drop down. You're just feeling amazing. We hit your target pretty early on for your weight loss, which was really cool to see. And we trimmed down those inches. My main focus was to get you stronger and getting you feeling better. And then, your cholesterol, your blood pressure, and your resting heart rate. I wanted to see improvements in those. And you checked off all of those off the list. I mean, just by making simple changes, adding a little bit of resistance training in, and just doing it consistently. I think that's the key. You must do these things consistently. And I know we've had, through the journey, everybody has those ups and downs and peaks and valleys. And the whole point of this process is to keep you motivated and to keep you accountable. And I think that's what was missing was when you were feeling those times that you'd reach out and you'd send me a message and you'd say, I just didn't really feel like doing my workout, but I crushed it and now I feel amazing. Just getting through that hump. And we all go through that where we're just like, I'd rather go home. But then when you do it, it's so much more worth it and you feel better and then you reap the benefits of it. And you did that perfectly. And like I said, it was very enjoyable watching you do it and have fun with it and get super intense about it. So this question here, it's always very interesting to me, and it's very important to me to get this information out. What have you previously tried to lose weight, to get in shape, to build muscle, maybe to get your nutrition in check? Was there anything that you were trying before hopping into the Right to Fitness program and hopping onto a program with me?
Yeah, so I've been on the fad diet train for like 10 years. I started with like the basic Insanity, Beachbody. I've tried all of those. And I mean, I don't mind the workouts. I like, being a part of the groups and everything. However, I have a child with me, sorry. The shakes and the pre-workouts are not my thing. As you know, I have trouble with protein as it is, and giving it to myself in a shake was the worst idea. I've tried keto, I've tried Weight Watchers, and that's the thing. I didn't need to lose a lot of weight, but I thought, if I did that, that'll make me see, strides in everything else. So I just needed to learn, and I still learn every day, a healthy, well-balanced diet will make you feel so much better. Then you crush your workouts and everything kind of goes from there.
Yeah, it goes full circle. It's all full circle. And I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, and I want to know what your take is on this. With those programs and those fad diets that you just mentioned, sometimes they can reap good benefits, and some people have good benefits from them, but the one thing that's missing from those is the accountability. And it's the one size fits all kind of approach, and most people, they don't respond well to that. You needed something that was customized to you and to your specific needs and your dietary needs and your time constraints. That's the key to success and to having these sustainable results for the rest of your life. Would you agree with that? And you care to elaborate?
Yeah, definitely. All of these groups, they have online trainers per se, but they're trying to sell you something. Like, never once did you tell me I needed to go buy a certain protein powder or I needed to have this shake. I mean, I don't want to be like you and eat a pound of turkey burger. However, I will try and eat my, protein as best as I can. So you never once, and you gave me tough love, I guess, if that's what you want to call it. When I was being crazy and eating treats, you told me, obviously, I'm not going to get the results. And other groups just were like, oh, it's okay, follow the plan and go from there. But, having that accountability from everybody else was the best part of it.
Yeah, and not just for me, but the ladies as well. I mean, you need that community, and we all need that tough love. I mean, if you continue to eat treats for the rest of your life, unwarranted and uncontained, you're not going to get the results you want. And you needed some changes. You need to start changing your palate and the way that you view foods, and you needed to find foods that were going to make you feel better physically and mentally and emotionally, all across the board. And I feel like that was where we really started seeing you transform. You started really getting the nutrients in your body, and you started to take off from there, and those energy levels shot up, and it's been fun. I'm proud of you. You've done amazing. So what aspects of the program did you enjoy the most?
I was thinking about this, and this is kind of a weird answer, but stick with me. I'm a huge tech nerd, unfortunately. So, when you gave me an online app that I could see what everybody else is doing, I get up super early in the morning and I can't quite work out like everybody else. I have to be to work early, but seeing all the ladies getting it done early, and then, if I was embarrassed about a food that I ate, I still logged it, and I knew you saw it. I'm like, oh, what's he going to say to me? That type of thing. Like, I like the tech aspect. Obviously, the greatest part was the accountability. If you had a bad day or a bad week, you had somebody there being like, you know what? Suck it up. There's next week. Go for it. And so the tech part, having food, all I wanted all these 10 plus years I've been doing all this is for somebody to say, here's a meal plan for you. Here's what you need to eat, go for it. And that's what I got. So even though I didn't like some of the foods, I was able to figure it out and figure out what I needed. So those three things were my favorite.
Awesome. Yeah, it was flexible. It was customized to you, and any kind of changes you needed, we worked together as a team, and we made it happen. There was many times where you said, hey, let's try this. Can we try that? And we would make it work, just to kind of keep you moving in the right direction, as opposed to, hey, just follow this, no questions asked, just keep doing it. It doesn't work for everybody. Things happen, life happens, things get crazy. You need to learn to be flexible if you want to sustain these results. So what new goals do you have now that you completed your 12 weeks? You're feeling great. Have you set some new goals for yourself?
I want to keep what I have because I have to do that. I have to keep my health in check and that type of thing. I have some goals for running, so I'm trying to incorporate a little more running in. I have some races this summer I'm a little nervous about, but and now I didn't get my weights until 8 weeks into my program, so I'm really trying to figure out what I need to lift and make them higher weights, obviously. So those are, I'm keeping it small. And then for my food is to take one day at a time. Seems to be what's best for me. And keep it simple. So that's my plan.
Simple, boring is best, right? You're going to hear those words forever. Just
Yep.
keep it simple, keep it consistent, and be smart about it. Now you have the tools to move forward. You have the education, you have the knowledge, and I have no doubt you're going to crush any goals that you set for yourself. So where are your energies at now? How do you feel now after your 12 weeks?
It's crazy because I feel like I can get up in the morning. I mean, I still don't sleep that great, but it's not because I can't sleep. That was a problem before. I couldn't get to sleep. When I did, I coughed all night. I had heartburn so bad. I mean, my kids just don't sleep. That's the point of it. But I can go to sleep. They wake me up. I tend to them, and then I go right back to sleep. So I don't get so tired in the morning that I can't function. My energy is much, much better. And I can tell there's obviously a correlation. If I eat something bad, then my energy goes crazy. So I see that happen, and I understand it now.
Yeah, for sure. You can feel it almost immediately now. Now that your body's healed, you start figuring out, which was the craziest thing for me when I started my journey, and I feel it now. You don't realize how crappy you feel once you start cleaning up your diet. And then when you have something, you feel that instant drop in energy. And it just tells you, reminds you, this isn't good fuel for me, and it's okay every once in a while, but regularly, man, it can zap your energy levels.
Yep.
So what would you tell anyone at this point after your 12 weeks, anyone that's thinking about kickstarting their health, getting on a program, just taking that first step? And what would you tell anybody who's on the fence thinking about signing up with me and Right to Fitness?
So, I've actually had a few people reach out to me. I mean, we're pretty local, so they see my picture on some of your Facebook things, and they ask me, Jill, why did you do this? You already exercise, you already run. I can't do that because I like to have treats and I like to go out. So I tell them, if it's okay, the quick story. I said to you pretty early on in our time together that my husband and I had a date night, and I really wanted to be able to enjoy that with him, So we worked on my calories for the week, and you made sure that I didn't regret going out. I mean, I didn't go crazy, but you can still have those treats, but you earn them, and anybody that asked me, I explained to them that yes, it's scary to start, but then you have somebody pushing you along that entire time. And I mean, you're not intrusive, but obviously you're going to tell me, hey, if you do something crazy, that's, your fault. Let's work on it and make it better. So I just tell them I can't get to a gym. I would have to go at 4 a.m. or 9 p.m. So I can't go. And I have a lot of friends like that. So I keep telling them, this is the way to have somebody in your court at 4 a.m. You've answered me really weird times. So I let them know that there's somebody there for you, and that it was the best idea I made. And I just hope and pray that I can keep this going. So thank you again.
Well, good. You're welcome. And thank you. Thank you for all the support. And like I said, I'll say it a million times. I'm very proud of you. I'm very happy you've had such success. And I know that you're going to continue having those successes as you move along and as you start crushing your races. You have the tools, you have the knowledge, and there's no doubt that you're going to move forward and inspire many, many other women out there. So thank you for sharing your story. I appreciate you taking the time out of your busy night and your relaxation time. I appreciate you sitting down and talking with me. So again, thank you, Jill, and I will talk to you soon. All right, feel free to reach out whenever you need.
Thank you.
All right, Jill, I'll talk to you soon. Bye.
Bye.